We are back. I'm your host, Steve Alls, and with me, Chef Ben Day. While we were planning the show and coming up with recipes, you were very adamant that we had to prepare this dish.
Absolutely.
Why don't you let our viewers know what we're doing here next?
We're going to be doing barbecue shrimp.
Barbecue in quotation marks.
In quotation
right?
marks, yes. This is going to be in the style of a restaurant from New Orleans called Pascal's Manali.
Pascal's Manali.
Pascal's Manali, and they are famous for this dish. Now, I do it a little bit different. They like to bake it. I think it is a lot better done on the stovetop.
I agree.
Yeah, and it's just delicious peel and eat shrimp. However, it's a delicious butter sauce is what we're going to be doing with it, and some French bread with a little bit of okra.
Yeah. Now, this is a Creole dish, correct?
Yes, it's a Creole dish.
And Creole is more...
It's more of an urban versus a Cajun, which is more of peasant food.
Peasant food.
Yeah.
Okay. Our muffaletta that we did earlier was probably more of on a Cajun style.
You got it.
Okay. Well, what's the first step here?
All right, first step is we're going to get ourselves a hot pan, a little bit of olive oil.
Just enough to coat the bottom of the pan.
Just enough, yeah. We don't want to, make it swimmy.
Yeah. And so you got some onions going in the pan,
Got some
right?
onions in there. We got a little bit of salt. I always like to season the onions first, but we're going to go easy on the salt because later we're going to be using some Creole seasoning. That
It is salty.
It is salty, so
especially if you don't make your own blends. Sometimes they do when you buy them. They're salty.
Yeah,
Salt.
we definitely want this to be edible because it is very, very delicious.
I see you got some crusty bread for us here.
We got some crusty bread. Yep, and we're going to get that in the oven right after we get the garlic going.
Okay.
All right.
I'll keep an eye on this while we're working on that.
Okay.
But you don't want the garlic to really burn in here, do you?
Nope, that's why it goes in second. We're going to get 3 nice big sized pieces of bread.
And you don't really want to toast this bread, right?
Nope,
You're just trying to heaten it up.
Just going to heat it up. We're going to do a little bit of pepper.
Making the fat in there a little soft. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Put this in here.
All right, next step is going to be to get our bay leaf in.
And that's another really traditional New Orleans style spice. You see it in almost every New Orleans style dish.
Just bay leaf is from the leaf of laurel tree. Just imparts a lot of flavor.
Looking really nice there.
Yeah. All right, next we're going to go with our shrimp. Now these shrimp are shell on, but they are called easy peels. And what they are is the back is split, the vein is removed, but the shell and the legs stay on, and that's going to bring out a lot of flavor for this dish.
Yeah. And we have these actually at Kroger in our seafood department.
Yeah, you do. They're IQF and they're in the freezer case.
Then what size shrimp are these?
They're 21-25, Steve.
Okay.
And the numbers, if people don't know, the numbers are used for how many shrimp per pound. So, the smaller they get, the more variation on the on
See
the number.
80-100, they're like a bunch of little small ones, and then you have their U8s, which 8 of them make a pound.
Bigger than your thumb. Yeah, those things are great.
Those things are nice, aren't they?
All right, we're going to go next with a little bit of cayenne pepper.
And that's relative to the individual, right? The heat of this dish.
Absolutely. I mean, that's completely geared to your audience.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I like the spicy.
Me too.
And here's this, the Creole seasoning. Like I said, it is a little salty, but what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the shrimp get coated. They have some on all over, because with the shell being on, this is going to be peeled, so the salt is going to come away.
And I think the flavor of a shrimp that has the peel still on tastes so much better, don't you agree?
Oh yeah, oh yes. I mean,
it's just a pain in the rear end to have to shuck them at the table, but
right. But but also what you're doing when you leave them on is you're creating your own broth.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So next we're going to go with a little bit of rosemary and some fresh oregano. I like to have big herbs.
And that's a real bold flavor there, rosemary.
Yeah. Very, very strong. Very, very precise. Then we got some okra.
And you probably won't find okra, in the supermarkets too often that it's fresh.
Yeah, summertime.
And it's real easy just to get the frozen stuff, right, and throw it in there.
Yeah, QF stuff. And Pascal's Manali likes to use Worcestershire. I'm going to be using pick a pepper. In my mind, it's just a little bit, it's a bolder flavor. It's
deeper, really is a deeper flavor.
Jamaican.
And we sell this in our stores.
Yes, it's
called pick a pepper sauce.
Pick a pepper, and it's on the condiment aisle.
Boy, that is looking good, Ben.
Right.
Here, I'll move that around for you a little bit. And, shrimp are a really neat thing to cook because they almost have a natural thermometer in there and they turn a different color when they're done,
Oh,
don't they?
absolutely. You know, once the blue's gone, just let them go a little bit more. And
You can see how that's starting to turn a little pink right now.
Yeah. All right, so next we're going to go with some lemon zest and a little bit of lemon juice.
Now you can zest your lemons, or you can actually buy it already done. I'd say just buy the lemon and do it yourself.
Absolutely. I mean,
it tastes better in my opinion.
Yeah,
Fresher.
To buy it, it almost tastes like it's processed and it loses something.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the bottom of this boiling. We're going to cover this up. We're going to turn the heat down just a little bit. Let everything start to marry in there.
Now, while that's cooking, we can talk about Lent just a little bit. Now,
Okay.
as of Wednesday, it is Lent, right?
Yes.
I want to let our viewers know that in our seafood department, we have a lot of specials on fish this week. So if you're looking for something special kind of fish, just hop on up to your local Kroger and they'll have that special price. Also in our delis, we're also doing fish sandwiches that are just deep fried and come on a bun. It's something different.
Yeah.
So, all right, so what's our next step?
Okay, our next step is we are going to get the lid off of this.
Oh my gosh, that's smelling so good, man.
Yes, it's great. And what we're going to do now is we're going to build a pan sauce. We're going to finish it up with a little bit of butter. And with adding butter to anything, you want to go a couple pieces at a time. That way, you know, it won't break. It'll stay nice and pretty for you.
Yeah, and I think we've learned that on other shows too when we're dealing with butter like that.
Got to incorporate it slow. If you don't mind, would you go ahead and get the French bread out for me?
Yeah, I think we're all set to go.
Okay.
I'm just going to pull these right off of here, Ben.
Okay. Yeah, haven't even really been in there
Grab
long
that
enough to be
pan,
hot.
It's too hot.
Right.
I'll just set them right over here for now until we get ready for them.
Sure thing. And, you know, once again, this is a peel and eat dish, but it is so good and it's fun because you get messy.
There's nothing really difficult about this dish, is it?
No, it's just, you know, getting the flavors and, you know, dialed into where you want them.
Look at what that butter is doing to that sauce. Can y'all see that? Sure. That is just amazing what that's doing. It's just, like I said, kind of creating a little pan sauce there. Oh, man, I can't wait for this.
And like I said, I like to do this dish on the stovetop because at the restaurant in New Orleans, they do it in the oven, they bake it, and the sauce doesn't even come close to looking this pretty. The flavor's the exact same, but it's just nowhere nice to look at.
Yeah, but Pascal's Manali, they have to continue to do it the same way they've been doing it since the early 1900s.
Absolutely. Why would they change now?
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to plate this up. And we're going to put a little bit of bread right there on the bottom.
Let that all that sauce soak up inside that bread.
Absolutely.
Smart guy, man.
Well, hey, you know. All right, go with the spoon.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Good way to get your okra in for the day, huh?
Absolutely. All right, we're going to do just a little bit more. Get one piece right up there, right up top.
All right. I'll set this over here.
Sure thing. Do a little bit more bread.
Make it look pretty.
Some red and some green.
This looks awesome. And it smells even better.
It's delicious.
When we come back, a simple, warm, and creamy Fat Tuesday dessert. Stick around.